What's up, THS? I'm Mrs. Smith from the library, and I want to talk to you about some books, obviously. Alright, so I will not do this at the beginning of every video, but since this is our first one, I want to just take a couple seconds and explain how the book talk videos are going to work. Each video has a theme. The theme is chosen by me. It can be whatever I want, which is awesome. For that theme, I'm going to give you my top 3 book recommendations. Once you're done watching the video, you'll have an opportunity to respond using a link in your email. From there, you can request one of the books that I talked about, request a different book, or request some recommendations for a good book for you. If you choose that last option, you'll get back a love note from me in your email asking you some questions, and we'll try to get you matched up to the book that's the right fit. So I think that's enough of that. Let's get into this. Our theme this week is back to school, and these are my top 3. If we're talking back to school, we've got to talk about Carter Finally Gets It by Brent Crawford. This book is hilarious. This book is disgusting. This book is wildly inappropriate, which is why you should absolutely read it. Will Carter, who just goes by Carter, which is kind of cool, he's about to be a freshman, and he goes to high school in a town that's very similar to ours. By that, I mean that the author grew up about 10 minutes south of here. So as you're reading through the book, you're going to hear like some references that might sound familiar to you, like a middle school called Hawkes, which might remind you of Hawker Grove Middle School. Carter gets chased by the Marion PD, which may make you think of the Merriam PD. He goes on a date in a movie theater, and I'm about 99% sure that he's at Cinemark 20. And on the way, he stops at a Taco Bell for a burrito, which, pro tip, if you are on your way to a first date, I would not recommend stopping at Taco Bell for a burrito. And if you need further explanation as to why I do not recommend that, you should start with chapter 12. This is about 300 pages of cringy, laugh out loud toilet jokes with a happy ending. It's good. You'll like it. It is book number 3 for our back to school top 3 book list. All right, book number 2 is based on a true story. It's ripped from the headlines. It's kind of a psychological thriller about this girl named Monday who disappears right before the school year is supposed to start, and her best friend Claudia, who is the only person in the world who is interested in looking for her. It's by Tiffany D. Jackson, personal favorite. The title is Monday's Not Coming. Claudia and Monday, they live in DC. They go to school together. They have a reputation of always being with the other. So when Claudia goes to start school and Monday is not there, she's a little pressed. She starts talking to the building principal. She asks her parents for help. She tries to even talk to Monday's mom about it, but they all dismiss her. They all act like she's tripping. They do not know what she's talking about. Nobody remembers Monday at all. Monday's younger brother also goes missing, and Claudia is like, all right, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Because it is Tiffany D. Jackson, there is a jaw-dropping plot twist towards the end of the book, which I will let you discover on your own. And that's book 2, Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Okay, so let me tell you about Hey Kiddo by Jarrett Krosoczka. Hey Kiddo is a memoir, which is going to tell the true story of the author's life. And in this case, the author is also the illustrator. Like I said, this is a graphic novel, and the illustrations are just so beautiful and fluid, and they move you through the story in a way that you probably wouldn't experience if he was just telling the story with words. So when Jarrett starts school, his teacher asks him to draw a picture of his mom and dad. Which is a problem because, first of all, Jarrett doesn't even know his dad, has no idea what his name is, and 2, his mom has not really been a consistent part of his life. In fact, at the time that he's asked to draw this picture, his mom is in prison. She's been battling a heroin addiction much of Jarrett's life, and Jarrett's being raised by his grandma and grandpa. So Jarrett's allowed to draw a picture of his grandparents instead, and that's really just the heart of the story, is how art and his grandma and grandpa saved Jarrett's life. So Hey Kiddo is probably going to break your heart. The author deals very honestly with the consequences of drug addiction and how it affects the family, but he also talks very hopefully about the people who love us and who take care of us, even if they aren't our biological mothers or fathers. So I highly recommend it. It's a different format, so if you're not really feeling like 500 pages of text, this will break it up with pictures on every page, and it will wrap up our top 3 list for the back to school theme. All right, so thanks for hanging in there with me for this long video. They won't always be this long because I won't have to do the intro every time. But I do want to make sure that you guys see my email address and know that you can reach out to me anytime if you have questions about the library, if you're concerned about how circulation is going to work with COVID-19 procedures. If you would like to request a book, or maybe you just want to tell me what you did over summer break, I would love to hear from you. And I will be coming back to you with another video of top 3 recommendations in a couple weeks. Bye.